That's my fight prediction for Jaron Ennis versus Curran Chukhadzhian. I think Curran gonna do a good job in this fight, actually adjusting to what he did last time. We gotta understand this guy's from the school of the Ukrainian school of boxing, so he's definitely gonna pick up on a lot of different things. Those guys fight better in rematches, and a lot of times their fundamentals kind of kick in. That's why a lot of people were saying, well, he moves around a lot against Boots. I mean, it's a lot of fighters that move around a lot. Usyk moves around a lot. A lot of Ukrainian fighters move around a lot. They're not told to stick in one spot. That's definitely not how they fight. If anybody's noticed, it's a new style. This isn't like the '80s or the '90s or 2000s where you got those Eastern European fighters who just stand in the same spot and just jab. This is a different kind of game now. And Chukhadzhian, he's definitely a tough fight for a guy like Boots. And just because of him being able to go the distance and figure out some things in that fight without a lot of championship experience, this fight is for a belt that's coming up. I think Boots is going to be live. He's going to be in his hometown. So he's definitely going to be fighting at another level. He feels like he basically has a lot to prove to people. You know, people doubting, especially the last fight. People were saying he got hit too much. I've never heard fighters who knocked somebody out early, like in early rounds, get criticized for getting punched in the face. I just gonna be honest with you. I seen a couple of stars recently, top names in boxing, that got punched in the face a lot in a 12-round fight, bruised up more than they ever been before. And people said, well, at least they got the knockout. Well, keep the same energy with Jaron Ennis. Because I seen a lot of people jump off the bandwagon after he won a fight. That's why I keep the same energy with him. I don't get too high, get too low. I'm in the same spot because I know that he's dangerous. And of course he's gonna look like a regular talent to you when you're trying to compare him to all-time greats or Hall of Famers. But if you compare him to these regular guys that's walking around, he's elite. He's the cream of the crop. End of the story. And with his talent, I think he's gonna be able to dominate in this fight, man. He has too much in his arsenal to really be held back. I think last time he was caught off guard by the opponent being so slippery and just knowing how to get out of certain situations. Even though Jaron Ennis is very good at cutting off the ring, the fighter he was going against was good, man. He was a very good fighter. I mean, I think a lot of people don't realize that. They both are right hand. Chukhadzhian has a little power. He got some pop. He don't got no crack like Jaron Ennis, but he got some pop. And he's a decent fighter. Knows how to go to the body, everything like that. I mean, both of those guys have good fundamentals. But I think Jaron Ennis will do a lot more. He's not going to sit on his punches as much as he did last time. I think this time he's going to try to cut off that ring and not chase too much. He's going to let that jab beat up on Chukhadzhian for a couple of rounds. If I was him, I would just focus on that jab. Don't worry about the left hand. Anytime he tries to get outside of your range, just throw that hook out there and let him know, okay, you want to run into the hook? So a lot of times he can make him run into shots. And if I was to run Ennis, I would aim lower because a lot of times Chukhadzhian is dipping down, turning, spinning away. And a lot of times you could just punch towards the midsection. You can actually probably hit him with a headshot because he's kind of moving around and ducking a lot of times in the fight. And the movement could cause some issues. Like, it's good to move in a fight, but as we seen with Anthony Joshua recently, if you're moving in the wrong direction, you can get caught with a big shot very fast. So I think Jaron Ennis is going to do an excellent job cutting off the ring and making sure that this guy's not getting away and just using his energy more so in his legs to dictate where the fight's going to go. If Jaron Ennis can let them hands go a little bit, not try to use too much of his punches. I feel like he was punching a lot last time because he was going for the knockout so much. I think this time he's going to be a lot more patient. And also, we're going to get to see early in his career how he adjusts to a fighter he fought before. I think a lot of people are going to see him go to a whole nother level against this guy. And I think Chukhadzhian is a good fighter. I think he's going to be able to last some rounds with Jaron Ennis because of his whole arsenal, the way he prepares for a fight. The dude is in shape. First of all, let's just spend some time talking about that. A lot of these guys are not in shape these days when it comes to boxing. This dude is in shape. That's one reason why he went 12 rounds with Jaron Ennis last time. I mean, 10 rounds with Jaron Ennis last time. Because the dude was in shape. Let's get that all the way out of the way. He's in shape. A lot of these fighters are not in shape these days like they used to be. That's just point blank, period. The stamina is what's going to guide you through most of these fights. A lot of these guys end up losing fights because they get tired, they don't want to swing no more, and they end up going down. And then people try to put these certain fighters in elite classes, and I just don't like to do it because the stamina is not even elite. So how are you going to be the elite talent who has elite stamina? But I think in this situation, Jaron Ennis going to definitely break him down. They're both going to go to the body. Chukhadzhian going to have some good right hooks. I feel like his jab going to be there. But Jaron Ennis going to end up getting him up out of there. I think around the 11th round. 11th round, he's going to end up getting a stoppage. And that's going to be my prediction. That's all I got.